Good afternoon. Welcome to the weekly analysis. This week we have about 11, 11, we have 9 weekly order blocks, and then there are 2 additional assets that were added to the list because someone asked for them. So, we're going to start off with CHFJPY. So if I'm looking at the weekly, we have a weekly order block. Let's just do a whole top-down analysis. We had a break of structure here. And then we had this break of structure here. We had this demand zone, sorry. And price broke through the zone, created a break of structure. So now we should be expecting price to come back to this supply zone. And it's either going to tap into this supply zone or this supply zone. You don't know which one, so you have to wait. You have to trade it until it shows you what it wants to do. So with CHFJPY, we had a change. I'm going to say change a character instead of, well, let's just do this. This one was a change of character. Okay. And price is heading back towards this supply zone. So let's go down to the, before I do that, let me mark up the weekly order block. We have the weekly order block here. And then I'm also just going to, actually, let me just do this, which is our demand zone. All right. And I'll take that out. Okay. So now, so what you would be or should be looking for, if you trade it down, that's on you. But if I'm trading this, I would be looking for price to come back to this zone on the lower time frame, give me a break of a change of character, and then a pushback up to these highs. Likely targeting this high here. So let's now go down to the daily. So based on the daily, we did get a pullback. Price closed below this, so we may get another daily bearish order block or some form of pushback down to this zone. So based on the daily, this is where I would be looking for price to come back to. You can use the imbalance if you're an imbalance trader. But this is where I would be looking for price to come back to. Let's see something. So from here to here is 169 pips. Definitely too many pips. So now I'm going to go down to the 4-hour. Based on the 4-hour, this is where I would be looking for price to come back to. There's also liquidity here, so price could push down to sweep that liquidity and then push back to the top side. And then I'm going to go to my 1-hour. And all I'm doing is narrowing how far price can come back to. I'm going to keep this zone here, but I'm going to move my, I'm I'm going to move my horizontal ray to give me an idea. So once price starts pushing back down, I'll count my market maker cycle pushes. And then I will also, once the cycle pushes have completed, then I will wait for price to get to the zone, look for the change of character, and then get in for the buy. All right, so the last one I usually go to is the 15-minute. And based on the 15-minute, this here is my last institutional candle before this push up. So this is where I would be looking for price to come back down to. So we're talking approximately 300 pips. And I'm just going to go ahead and mark it up with my demand zone box. And then 1, 2, 2. Doop. Okay. Okay. So we got this zone here, this here. See how many pips that is. 12 pips. 27 pips. Okay, that's better. All right, so what I would be looking for, and let me take this out, is for price to, I'm gonna put it, what is it, 172,680. 172. And I'm just gonna go ahead and round it up. Or you can do, if you do levels, 675, or I'm gonna round it up. 682.7. Okay. And then I am going to put my below this zone here, which is 30 pips, and target this high here. That's 382 pips. Again, you can target here, but your first TP should be here, which is 382 pips. Okay, so next we have on the weekly order block list is EURJPY. So let's mark up the demand zone here. And let's look at the bigger picture. Now for this one, this would be my swing here. I haven't gotten a change, quite a change of character yet. But we do have a bullish order block for the week. So again, I would be looking for price to pull back into this zone and then maybe push into this imbalance here. If I'm looking at market structure, within that imbalance is a, this is where price violated the order block, which was an internal swing or internal structure. So I would definitely be looking for price to, like I said, push back into here and then back up, at least up to this zone. So we're talking approximately 400 pips. That is what I would be looking for EURJPY. So let's go down to the daily. And of course, we're going to narrow down our demand zone. And narrowing down my demand zone just means going down in time frame and identifying the order block that's in that zone. And I'm specifically, let's go to the 4-hour. Now I'm going to mark up these two. There's the imbalance here, and then there's the order block here. Okay. This particular one is pretty much the consequent encroachment of these two bearish candles, or like that, of these two bearish candles. So I would be looking for price to come down here. Again, it could just come tap into this imbalance and then take off. Okay. And then to the 1-hour. I would be keeping, I would keep that, and let me go to the 15-minute, see what's given. See what it's given. Okay. So based on the 15-minute, we have these 3 bearish candles that were created before this impulse move. So this is where I would mark up my zone. You have your imbalance here. So if I'm trading EURJPY, let's just round it off to 25 pips. And then I would be taking it up to these highs, which, so we're saying 160, and I'm just going to round it down to 165. Okay. So, 232, let's see what, 229. So we're just going to do 230. Or if you want to round it up, 250 for quarter levels. For those who do quarter levels, round it to 250. Whatever you choose to do. I would say round it to 250. One, because of spread of your because of the spread of your broker. Okay, so we're talking 30 pip stop loss. We're talking a 275 pip move at 9% trade. So this is what I would be looking for EURJPY. And if you want to sell it down, you can, but as you can see, there's a lot of mess. So patient trader, wait for price to come to you and then trade it from there. All right. EURNZD. We had a weekly bullish order block. If I look at the big picture overall, we've been bullish, as you can see. Oops. We've been bullish, as you can see. Excuse me, guys. Allergies kicking my back. So we got a bullish order block. And I'm just going to mark up the wicks of this zone here. So I would be expecting so I would be expecting price to pull back into this zone and then target these highs. Target at least this high for now. So with that being said, we're talking approximately 741 pips. Okay. And let's do a top-down analysis on this. Okay. I'm just going to leave that because I would be looking for the so once price came here and then the takeoff somewhere up in this zone. Okay. So let's go down to the 4-hour. So based on the 4-hour, we have and I'm going to mark up this here because this was the last down candle before the up move. If you want to, this one was a little stronger. This one has a lower low, so you can definitely use that as your swing. That's 66 pips. So let's try to narrow that down. 1 hour. So based on the 1 hour, we have these 3 bearish candles here. I'm going to cover this here. So we have approximately 27. That's 52 pips. And then let's go to the 15-minute. So my thought process for this would be either this is my zone here or this is my zone here. So we're going to fib the move based on, let's go to higher time frame. So the swing starts from here, actually from here. So the first break we have here, so I'm just swinging the lowest point. This pullback is the 618. This pullback is the 78. Okay, so and my thought process is that it will come to this zone and then start pushing up. So if I were, did I go down to the 15-minute? I did. Okay. If I were trading this, I would definitely either wait for confirmation or I would set 2 limits. I would set a limit here and put my TP here. My lot size would be a lot smaller. Okay. So for instance, if you have $100, if you trade like me and you're trying to get $100 to $1,000, I use 1%. So I would take the dollar, I would trade $1, risking $50. So that would be half of my account if price came all the way back down here and took me out. So that would be $50 and up to these highs, or you can target your negative 27, okay, which is a 4% trade. All right, then I would put in a second limit from this zone here, putting the same stop loss, 80, 782. Actually, I'm gonna just put 780 on this and put 780 on this one. Okay. And then target the same with the same target, 81426. And I'm just gonna put 425, 81. Wait a minute, where's my profit? 81425. And then I'm gonna do a 425 on this one. Okay. And this one is this one would be an 8% trade. So a 4% trade with the same stop loss, you're risking 26 pips. So this one I would use, I'm sorry, this one I would use a 0.05. And then this one I would use a 0.1. So say if you had $100, my lot size for this entry, this first entry would be a 0.05. My lot size for this limit would be a 0.1. If both are hit, so say if this one is hit and then it does tap into this one, it does not stop you out, then you have, what did I say this was? 14% trade. Because you'll have two entries in, you'll have two entries running up to your TP. So it will then turn into a 14% trade. If it only taps this one and then this one doesn't get picked up, then you'll wait for an internal change of character, wait for the pullback, identify your zone, and then set a limit for the zone of the pullback, and then take the trade with the 0.1 lot size to the same target. Okay, so I hope that helped. Definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to ask questions below. All right, next we have GBPJPY, which was a weekly order block. Why did I have that there? So we have our swings. So here, prices in this zone. Let's see, was that a daily zone? Okay. Yes, so that was a daily zone that we were looking for price to push up to. So we're looking for a pullback, and I'm looking for a pullback to this zone here. Okay, I'm looking for a pullback to this zone here to then push back up to push back up to this supply zone. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do also is, this was the last swing. And as you can see, if it pulls back here, there is price action here. So price may tap here, pull back, and then push up some more. And then there is the key level here. Okay, so price can push here and either start selling back down or push there, pull back, and then buy up to this key level. So that is what I am currently looking for on GJ. So if I go down to, the 4-hour, and prices at that zone. Hold on. And prices at that zone. I would definitely need to see price break this low here. Before looking for the pullback to either sell it down or just wait for price to pull back to your zone. That's a 1 hour, or you can just wait for price to pull back. Actually, that's not the right zone. So price broke structure here. So the low is here. Okay. So, so the demand zone would be from here. This would be my demand zone. Okay. So this is where I would be looking for price to pull back to. And if you fib this particular move, this move here, that would be your 78. That would be your 78. Okay. So this is my demand zone. Again, I would be looking, either price is going to break these lows here, pull back, and then sell back down. I would personally set my limit. It all depends on what is given. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Currently, this is a demand zone right here. So if price breaks this demand zone, I may entertain the sell back down. Yeah, we'll see. So with that being said, let's go to the 1 hour. And I'm just looking to narrow my demand zone down, and then to the 15-minute. We have this is the one, there's imbalance here, there's imbalance here. So I would take, that's where I would narrow it down to for the buy, for the continuation. Let's see how many pips from here to here. $50 pips. Yep, I would definitely be looking for price to go from here. Put that's 100 pips. We're just going to go ahead and put it below 50 pips. And then take it to -27. We're going to go ahead. Actually, I would take it up to the 618. That's what I would do. Okay. And if you want to extend your to the 4 hour, if you want to extend your stop loss to below this low here instead of this one here, or below this low here, you're welcome to do so. Just make sure you calculate your lot size to accommodate for if it gets stopped out. Okay. All right, that's GBPJPY. GBPNZD. GN had a weekly, so I don't consider that the order block, but it's a bullish week. It's a bullish week, and it closed above the previous week's high. Okay. So based on that, I would mark up my key level. I would mark up my key level. And let's look at the, okay. So I would definitely be expecting a pullback to somewhere up in here. If you fib the week, the way Todd fibs the week, you would take it up there. Coming back to the 50%, I don't know if it'll come back to the 50%. I'm almost thinking that it will probably come to the 38. So we're talking approximately 100 pips. Okay. And then give you internal change of character for the continuation to the top side. So from the 38 to the key level is 268 pips. So let's go down in time frame and see what's around that 38. That may, let's go to the 1 hour. And me bring this over so I can see this a little better. Okay. So based on the 1 hour, the only thing, oh, I said the 38. Okay, 38. I see imbalance. Let's go to the 15. Okay, so this line right here is our actual previous day high. Okay, so if price pulls back here, this is the lower time frame swing. So maybe it won't pull back to the 38. Maybe it will. Let's look at the daily. I mean the weekly. Yeah. So let's go back to the 1 hour or 15-minute. So based on it pulling back here, this is the one of the demand zones here. For price to pull back to, or it can pull back to here. So let me go back to the 4 hour. So based on this order block, price could just pull back into this zone. Again, this would be another one where I would set 2 limits, one with the smaller lot size and one with 1%. So one with 0.5% lot size, half 0.5% of my account. So a point. So if you're trading $100, 0.05. If you're trading $100, for 1%, it's a 0.1. Okay. And then set the target to wherever these highs, because price, this could happen for now, right? This could push down to this order block. This could push down to this order block and then push up. So that is why I don't trade the counter trend, but I would definitely wait for price to come back here, push up and target the highs, or you can target the fib move, which is the -27 or even the 618. Okay. All right. That's for GN. NZDCAD. We had a weekly, so the week ended bearish. So we had a close below the previous week's low. Okay. This is something I probably definitely wouldn't trade. And the reason why I say that is because price broke this high. Let's see. And it did close below that low. But it also pulled into this demand zone right here. Okay. So price could tap in a little more and then continue buying. So you may get a pullback to where price closed below the previous week low, and then a pullback into this zone to then either continue pushing up to give a lower high, and then push up to give another higher high. and then target this key level here. Or if price breaks this low, then you'll be looking for a pullback. I don't see any impulse move. I mean, unless price breaks this low with an impulse move, then that will be the zone that you will look for to then sell it back down to this low. Because overall, this has been so price broke here. So this was your high, this was your low, this was your high, this was your low, this is your high. So price could continue selling if price breaks this low right here. But again, price could pull back into here, create a higher high, a higher low, and then push up to back up to this zone here. Because, yeah. So that's what I see for NZDCAD. So now let's go down in time frame. Hold on, let me remove all that. And let me put my key level back up here. Okay. And now let's go back or down, do a top-down analysis. Okay. So once price broke this internal low, gave us a daily bearish order block. So price could push back up into here and then sell down some more to this demand zone here. Or, and let's see, it's one. Or it could continue, it could pull back because there's also a demand zone down here. Okay, so don't get tricked out the trade because that is 84 pips, 124 pip stop loss, because this is your swing low. But again, there are relatively liquidity, equal lows here, which is some liquidity. Yeah, my guess is it would come down here and then push back up to the top side. So with that being said, let's go down into the 4-hour. So you have your zone here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it there since there's imbalance right there. And then you have your zone here because there's also imbalance there. Okay. So again, I'm going to go ahead and delete this here. And if I'm counting my market maker cycle pushes, this is one, this will be two, and this probably will be the third one for the push back up. So if I were trading NZDCAD, that's 26, I would do a 30 pip stop loss. and target this high here, which is 468 pips. All right, so like I said, this would be my target here. And of course, I would target, and this is on the 4-hour with a 30 pip stop loss. So I don't even need to go down to, and if you just want to round it up to 450 pips, oops, 450 pips, that is a 15% trade. So that's for NZDCAD. All right. NZDCHF was a weekly bearish order block. So if I'm just looking at the bigger picture, NZDCHF has been bearish for some time. 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking at my market maker cycle, and we have the break here, price pushed up, did not break the swing, and then price broke this low here. There's liquidity there, this liquidity here. So I would be looking for price to pull back to this zone here to then continue buying up to the upside. There was the liquidity here, and so we've completed the market maker cycle. So now I'm looking for price to pull here. Okay. Okay, so with that being said, we have a weekly bearish order block. I can zoom in now. We have a bearish order block here. Price could, and I'm just going by price action. So this was the break here. So price may not pull back to this order block, or it may pull back to the order block. So you can mark up both lows, because this was the low that was broke, the previous week low that was broken, and the previous week before that was broken. So price could push. Price could push. Why is it doing that? Okay. Price could push up into here and squiggly all the way back down there. That is so weird. Why is it doing that? Okay. Got it. Let me use my regular tools, because that one is working my nerves. Okay, so price could push back into here and then push back down into here. So let's do a top-down analysis. And I'm just going to draw, I'm going to draw up this is pretty much the key level, but this is where I'm looking for price. I'm looking for some type of demand zone within this wick to look for price to pull back to before pushing back to the top side. So let's go to the 4-hour. So based on the 4-hour, we have this demand here. And there's also this order block, aka demand zone here. Okay. So we are going to go down to the 1 hour. Let's zoom, zoom, zoom. So it appears that there's nothing that needs to be mitigated other than this candle without a wick here. Okay. So I'm going to currently just mark up this demand zone here. There's a, I'm going to leave this here right for now. There's an order block here, but let's go down to the 15-minute, which is the last time zone I used to look for. Okay. So based on this, there is a zone here. I'm just going to mark up that there. And I'm going to keep this zone here. So I would definitely set, you can do one or two things. Again, you can set your, you can set an alert for price to show you or price to alert you once price gets here. And if there's a change of character or some kind of impulse move from here, long as but it has to break internal structure, you can trade from this zone, or you can set two limits. You can set one with this 145 pip stop loss, or you can set one with this 70 pip stop loss. Okay. If you use this one, of course, use a smaller lot size. And then if you set the limit for this one, do whatever lot size you want. I'm saying 1%. I can't tell you how to trade your account, but and it doesn't even have to, this can be a 0.3 and this can be a 0.5. Whatever you choose to use to trade it, you trade it based on your account, okay? And then once you see price break internal structure, break above these zones again, then you can get in on the pullback. And then you can put in another order to then start trading back up to these highs. So if I were trading this low to this high, it's 362 pips for a 4% trade. That is how I would trade this here. Okay. That's NZDCHF. US 30. US 30 was a weekly bearish order block. Currently this would be my demand zone here. Okay. All right. So this for me would just be a pullback for a continuation of a buy. So if I am doing my top-down analysis, this would be my zone here. Go down to the 4 hour. This would be my zone here. And 1 hour. I'm just going to mark up this institutional candle here. And then my 15-minute. So based on this, based on the 1 hour institutional candle, there's an order block. This has already been mitigated. There is some imbalance up in here, but this is probably where I would set my limit. Ooh, that's a lot of pips. Too many pips for me. So I would not set a limit for that, but I would definitely set an alert, wait for price to give me my alert, and then I would target these highs here. Yes, I said it. Yes, 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 I said it. So I would definitely wait for the alert. Mm-hmm. And this is a, yeah, that's a wick. Okay. So yeah, that would be my zone here for a buy on US 30. All right. Next we have UJ. We have a weekly, it's not an order block, but it's a bullish week. Price broke close above previous week's high. So I would definitely be waiting for price to pull back to this zone to continue buying to the upside. This is the first push. So price could pull back. Excuse me. Price could pull back to this zone here. So it's either going to pull back to here and then buy, or pull back to retest this violated order block and then push up to this zone here, or this key level here, or this supply zone. That's what I see for USDJPY. So if I go down to the daily, this was the impulse move. So price could push back here or even to here. Somewhere up in here. It can, because this, of course, is liquidity here. So price could pull back to here and then continue buying to this violated order block. It was a weekly violated order block too. So yeah. So if I go down to the daily, yep. So price can push back down to there and then continue buying. Let's look at the 4 hour. There is a institutional candle in that zone there. And the 1 hour, there's an institutional candle here. Trying to see if there's any imbalance. There's imbalance up in there. So price could push to there. And then let's see how many pips from the close. It's 43 pips, which is for currency pair, 43 pips is not too bad. I generally like 20, 25, but again, it's all depending on your lot size. So that's where I would mark up for price to come back to then start buying to the top side. All right. Sorry guys. Ooh. These were not on the list, but these were asked to be added to the weekly analysis. This is the current demand zone. So I would definitely want to see price pull back to this zone first before pushing up. And I'm just going to go ahead and mark this candle because that's the low right here. So I would be looking for price to pull back to this zone to then continue pushing to the top side. So on the weekly, if I try to narrow that zone, there's not a lot of narrowing to do. There's also this order block here. There's a imbalance before that. There's a candle with no wick before that. So I would be expecting price to pull down to this zone here before pushing back to the top side. This is the last swing. So let's go to the 4 hour. Based on the 4 hour, this is institutional candle. There's an order block here. So I would definitely be looking for a price to pull there to then push back to the top side. On the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, let me just zoom in. Okay. Other than this, because this did close above here, this order block, this is still, I would still leave this as the is that already tapped in there? Yep, I would still leave this as my zone. And then the 15-minute. There is an imbalance and order block here. So price could pull back to one of these zones before buying to the top side. Last but not least, we have GU on the list. This closed below last week's low. We also have a internal break of or change of character. Now let's look at the overall move. GU has been bearish since 2007. Yep, since 2007. Right. Okay, there we go. All right. So the last push was here. So got 1, 2. I would be looking for price to pull back to this zone here. And I only did that because this magnet I got on is, wait a minute, hold on, let me look at something. The demand zone is here. Okay. So price broke structure here. This is the order block that has not been violated. Everything else has been mitigated. So I would be looking for price to pull back to here. So this would definitely be my setup here. And I would be targeting these highs. Okay, this high here. So now let's do our top-down analysis. Let's narrow that zone down. So now you also have a demand zone here. Okay. And that's within. Now, let's also take this to this demand zone here. Well, I'm going to leave it right here for now. These two bearish candles. Okay. All right. So let's move this down just a little. Now let's go to the 4-hour. You have your zone here. You still have your low here. So let's just take this down just a little bit. Let's go to the 1-hour. Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. Let's go to the 1-hour. Okay. And there is a zone there. I'm just going to leave that one there. Let's see what's over here. This was so you have an order block here, but this was the order block that broke structure, right? So I am going to mark up this zone here. Actually, and your low, this would be your zone. It's this, you can mark up this low or this low. Okay. So with that being said, I'm just going to keep that there. Let's go to the 15-minute. And then after the 15-minute, let's see, it's not going to give us the 15-minute. Okay. All right, so it's not giving us data for the 15-minute. So I would definitely leave, let's see if it gives us data on the 30-minute. Yeah. So with that being said, there's an institutional candle here that hasn't been mitigated. Okay. But then you also have, yeah, that's where I would be looking for price to come. So where the heck did I just, oh, there we go. So we're talking, this is still a lot of pips, 259. So I would definitely set an alert here and not set a limit, and then wait for price to show you what it wants to do. Now, I will say that we have this change of character here. And let's go back to the daily. And then you have your supply zone here. Oops. You have your supply zone here. But then you also have, there was an order block here based on price action, right? Price action. You have your violated order block here. So if you're going to sell it, I would be looking for price to come here first, since it has broken or created the change of character. This right here is looking like it's probably going, it is tapped into this imbalance. I would definitely want to see it come here first. And I'm going to show you exactly what I would like to see. Because, and let me turn this off, because here's your structure, your internal structure, right? So it would have to break here first in order to consider the buyback up to this zone. But from what I can see, it's probably going to come up here, push back down here, and then push back up to the top side. And then come back down here. Then come back down here, and then it gives you this push up. So whichever one you want to trade, it's up to you. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is coming back down because here's price action. This wick is price action. So this is coming back down here somewhere. And this is my current demand zone. So don't be fooled by this possibly buying up, because this is probably just coming here to trick you out the trade if you don't know market structure, and then sell back down. So that is GBPUSD. And that is all that I have for this week. So if you have any questions, please drop them below, and happy trading.